Good morning, everyone. I'm Jun Cui. I come from Dongming University. With the joint efforts of Professor Lin Chae-Kwan and I, this paper has been completed. Now, it's the show time. The title of this paper is A Study on the Influences of Privacy Conflicts on Bike-Sharing Consumer Behavior. It's an outline of this paper. I mainly divide it into 5 parts. 1. Introduction. This part mainly describes the research background, research purpose, and research significance. 2. Theoretical background. This part mainly elaborates the relevant theoretical knowledge of privacy conflicts, experience satisfaction, and consumer behavior. 3. Research model and hypotheses. This part constructs the research model of this article and proposes research hypotheses on this basis. 4. Empirical analysis and results. This part includes survey design, general characteristics of data, reliability and validity of measurement variables, confirmatory factor analysis, correlation analysis, and results of research hypothesis verification. 5. Conclusion. This part includes research conclusions and deficiencies. Part 1. Introduction. According to the 41st Statistical Report on the Development of Chae Internet Network, released by Chae Internet Center (CNIC) in January 2021. As of December 2020, the number of Chinese Internet users had reached 989 million, among which the number of mobile Internet users had reached 986 million. In the travel market, the rapid development of shared bicycles has made it synonymous with the sharing economy. Bicycle sharing platforms companies have entered the market with a dogless bicycle model. Solving the needs of users for short-distance travel, short-distance connection complements medium, and long-distance travel plays an essential role in alleviating current traffic pressure. Most sharing economy platforms pay more attention to tackling the trust problems of consumer privacy conflicts from the perspective of system and technology, but neglect how to enhance their trust in the platform from the consumer experience process and characteristics of the consumer groups. Therefore, considering these aspects, this paper takes bike sharing as a starting point to study the impact of privacy conflicts and experience satisfaction on consumer behavior. Part 2. Theoretical background. The first related theory is privacy conflicts. The concept of privacy consent was first proposed by sociologist Weinstein in 1967, who believed that it refers to individuals' subjective feelings about fairness under certain circumstances. Smith, 1996, believed that privacy consents are the degree of people's attention to the collection and use of their personal information. FoCoS et al. 21 divided privacy consents into 3 categories by the plot, and believed that privacy consents are the degree of consumer consent about the control, collection, and use of information. Some scholars have conducted research on privacy consents from the perspective of e-commerce. Danwick and Hart, 26, believe that internet privacy consents refer to individuals' perceptions of the risks that might be brought about by the information they provide to the internet. Given the above research, under different backgrounds and different perspectives, the definition of privacy consents can't be unified. This study attempts to define consumers' privacy consents as the degree of consumer attention to information control, collection, and use. The second related theory is consumer experience satisfaction. Consumer experience satisfaction merely refers to consumer evaluation and feelings of the final purchase result. Although experience satisfaction is of little significance to the purchase of a certain brand, it substantially affects the e-commerce platform. Meanwhile, when and why consumers delay purchasing, the shopping experience on e-commerce platforms will affect consumer experience satisfaction. Fitzsimmons, 2000. In terms of the impact on consumer experience satisfaction, this paper summarizes the previous literature and mainly divides the factors affecting consumer experience satisfaction into sufficient quantity, purchase information, the price, service, and quality information obtained by consumers before making the decision, which is conducive to the purchase decision. Shopping experience, product evaluation, satisfaction after purchase, and sufficient shopping time. The third related theory is consumer behavior. In a broad sense, a complete series of actions taken by consumers to request, use, and dispose of consumer goods, and decision-making process that precedes and determines these actions, even the acquisition of consumption income. Nicosia et al., 1966, believe that it's a buying behavior, not for resale. Shiftman and Kanak, 1991, believe that consumer behavior is not only purchasing behavior, but also includes thinking and evaluating products or services. Engel, Collard, and Blackwell 1993 have supplemented the definition of consumer behavior, believing that apart from the actions of acquiring, using, and disposing of consumer goods or services, they also include the decision-making process that occurs before or after these actions. This study aims to explore the impact of privacy concerns on consumer behavior in the context of sharing platforms. Hence, this paper defines consumer behavior as determining needs, searching for relevant information, evaluating purchase plans, and making purchases decisions, post-purchase evaluation, and other behaviors. Part 3, Research Model and Hypotheses. Firstly, research model. Observed from domestic and foreign research on how privacy concerns act on consumer behavior. Privacy concerns could not only directly affect consumer behavior, but also influence it through the variables of experience satisfaction. As suggested by Smith et al. 1996, a theoretical model of the relationship between privacy concerns and shared platform consumer behavior in the context of big data was constructed, as shown in Figure 1. Secondly, research hypotheses. Based on the relationship theory among privacy concerns, experience satisfaction, and consumer behavior, this paper proposes 4 research hypotheses. H1. Privacy concerns will negatively affect consumer behavior on sharing platforms. H2. Privacy concerns could negatively affect experience satisfaction. H3. Experience satisfaction could positively affect consumer behavior. H4. Consumer experience satisfaction acts as a significant intermediary role between privacy concerns and consumer behavior. For Part 4, Empirical Analysis and Results. 1. Survey design. The recovered questionnaires involved people from Hangzhou, Shanghai, Guangdong, Anhui, Shanxi, Gansu, Hainan, and other provinces and cities. The final distribution of 240 questionnaires and a total of 223 valid questionnaires were collected from the 2 channels. In the questionnaires applied in this study, 10 attempts of privacy concerns in Hong et al. 2013 was that from control, cognition, and collection. Experience satisfaction was set from the product, price, service, and convenience, and it items of consumer behavior were set from the way of transmission, code of conduct, and frequency of use, which were measured by the 5-level Likert scale. FoCoS.IDIC.20211218.O.Session1.12 software was adopted for descriptive statistical analysis, exploratory factor analysis, reliability and validity tests, while FoCoS.26 software was applied to test the hypotheses. In addition, the mediation effect was tested through the bootstrap method. Two, general characteristics of data. The results of characteristics of sample were shown in Table 1. Mainly includes gender, age, academic background, career, and mostly average income. Three, reliability and validity of measurement variables. The results of reliability and validity analysis are shown in Table 2. The overall Kullback's alpha system value of the scale is greater than 0.7, and the corresponding values of the 10 dimensions exceed 0.7, implying a good internal consistencies of the questionnaire. Hence, the results of this survey have excellent reliability. As observed from Table 2, the common value corresponding to a research item is higher than 0.4, implying that the study item information could be effectively extracted. In addition, a KMO value greater than 0.7 indicates that the data is valid. Four, confirmatory factor analysis. The results of confirmatory factor analysis are shown in Table 3. According to the table, the BV's AVE values of each dimension are greater than 0.5, and the CR values are greater than 0.7, indicating that the convergence validity of this dimension is high. According to the above table, in the research model CMINDF, NFI, IFIHO, and other model adaptation indicators meet the standard. Hence, the model adaptation degree is very good. Five, correlation analysis. The results of correlation analysis are shown in Table 4. According to the difference validity table, the square root of AVE is greater than the correlation coefficient value with other factors. Hence, the discriminant validity between the internal factors of each variable is very good. 6. Results of research hypothesis verification. The results of research hypothesis verification are shown in Table 5 and Table 6. According to the Table 5, we can conclude H1, H2, and H3 are true. According to the Table 6, the hypothesis can be verified. Part 5, Conclusion. From the empirical research results of this paper, the following conclusions could be drawn. First, there is a negative correlation between consumer privacy concerns and consumer behavior. Second, privacy concerns will negatively affect consumer experience satisfaction. Third, experience satisfaction has a positive correlation to consumer behavior. Fourth, consumer experience satisfaction acts as a significant intermediary role between privacy concerns and consumer behavior. Due to the rise of online ride-hailings is not long enough, and the date is too redundant. The time needs of the first hide date obtained through various websites is not high enough to a certain extent. Because of their own reasons, the knowledge and theoretical application ability is insufficient, which makes the depth of research context of this paper insufficient. In the future study and research, I will continue to pay attention to the new situation and new problems in the development of the online ride-hailing industry, and strive to provide more valuable research results for the development of the online ride-hailing industry. Okay, this is the main content of this paper. The publication is over. Thank you.